why Love is a Battlefield and The Boys of Summer from Don Henley have something in common.
Oh, I hope somebody out there can take those two songs and dissect them and show them how much alike they really are.
So let's talk about it. Why does Boys of Summer by Don Henley sound so similar to Love is a Battlefield by Pat Benatar? Well, a lot of it comes down to they both featured a drum machine called the Linn Drum, which was an iconic drum machine of the early 80s. So let's listen first to Love is a Battlefield. The Boys of Summer has a more sparse kick drum pattern, which is leaving room for these syncopated hand claps that are happening. And it's curious to note that the rhythm of these hand claps are remarkably similar to the rhythm of those syncopated toms in Love is a Battlefield. Are the Boys of Summer drums a ripoff of Love is a Battlefield drums? Again, technically, no. But do they share the same feel and energy? I'd argue yes. And the best way to hear how similar they actually are is to hear it. So I've done an experiment, and I've taken the entire drum track of the Boys of Summer, and I've synchronized it to Love is a Battlefield. Now, in full disclosure, there's a difference of BPM of 2. Boys of Summer is 88 beats per minute, and Battlefield is 90 beats per minute. So I had to slightly speed it up, but it's perfectly in sync. And here are the Boys of Summer drums, and I'm going to bring in the Battlefield tracks one by one. For the sake of comparison, here's the same section with the original Love is a Battlefield drums. That's the drums, and although they're not identical, they're undeniably close. But what about the rest of the tracks? With vocals, they're obviously different, and the songs have different melodies. But what about the bass? So that's a big no on the bass. They do not sound similar. Now, both tracks have synthesizers, so do those sound at all similar? Like the drums, the synthesizers are technically different, and they're each using different kinds of layers to shape their sound. But the fact that they're both using synthesizers, and some of those layers live in the same realm, does make you wonder if it's a coincidence. And speaking of, let's listen to the guitars. And those guitars do sound similar, and maybe it's a little more than just coincidence. But hey, we're just comparing the two songs here. And to be clear, Love is a Battlefield by Pat Benatar came out in 1983, and The Boys of Summer by Don Henley came out in 1984. And to wrap things up, we're going to take the drum track of The Boys of Summer and switch between the music of both songs, and I'll let you draw your own conclusions.